Quick, guys, we need to hurry here. What's the magic word that we learned? Okay, and do you guys know what it means? Okay, it's sine of the angle is opposite over hypotenuse.
Cosine is angle adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent is angle opposite over adjacent.
Okay, so today we're doing the area formula, the trig area formula. So this, let's make up some numbers here. Alright, so this can be used to find, I'm going to change the shape a little bit. The area of any triangle. So why can't I find the area of this triangle right now?
Don't have the height.
Right, you don't have the height. But if I draw a height in here like this, the height, we could use trigonometry to figure it out. So relative to this angle, this would be the opposite and hypotenuse of this right triangle. You guys see what I'm talking about? When you draw the height in, it makes a right angle. So you could use trigonometry to find the height. So it's sine of 48 equals opposite over hypotenuse. And you could do 25 times sine of 48, that would give you the height. So that's, you don't need to know this exactly, but this is where this formula comes from. So you can use trigonometry to find the height, and therefore the area of a triangle. Now notice this is not a right triangle. It's not supposed to be anyway. It looks close to one, but so the area formula for a triangle, instead of 1/2 base times height, because sometimes we don't know the height, it's 1/2 1/2 AB sine of C. So the B sine of C thing, that's kind of this. That's the 25 sine of 48. That part gives you like the height, and this part just is like the base, basically, one on the side. So what do I mean by A, B, and C? So A, like lowercase a, lowercase b, those would be like sides of a triangle. So this would be side C, so that means this would be angle C. So this works when you know side, angle, side on a triangle. If you know side, angle, side, and you plug it in this formula. So if we were actually doing this, what we would plug in is 1/2 times 25 times 30 times sine of 48 degrees. Okay, so this is a side, and sine of the angle. All right, that's how it works. That is the basic thing. The other thing that we're doing is finding the area of like regular polygons. You guys remember the area formula for regular polygons?
Oh, 1/2 times positive times 3.
That's impressive. Good job. Yeah, and
I remember that.
huh?
I said I don't know how I remember that, to be honest.
It's a miracle. Well, there's another way. There's another way you can do it, and that is basically, remember when you draw all these radii in, it creates like congruent triangles. If the pentagon is regular, all these triangles are the same. So you could find the area of one triangle, and if it's a pentagon, you can do that times 5. So we're going to be using the area formula to find the area of one triangle times 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or whatever to find the area of the whole thing instead of this formula. That is what we're doing. Sometimes this one's easier, just depends on what info you have. Sometimes this one, like times the number of sides, is what we're doing today. Anyways, okay. I'll get us started. 1 through 4 is not new, it's just a review of last week. So let's see if we remember last week. Number 1, which equation is used to find the value of x? So if you were solving x on that picture, what would you do? You start with the angle, you guys remember that? So relative to that 36 degrees, 10 is the what side?
Opposite.
Opposite, and the side x that you're looking for is the, which trig function does opposite and hypotenuse? Sine. So it's sine of 36, sine of the angle equals what over what?
X over 10.
Okay, opposite over hypotenuse. What's opposite?
Oh, 10 over x.
10 over x. So that would be option A. Yeah, these are multiple choice. It's probably best you don't look at the multiple choice until you get the answer though, because it's just faster that way. So just figure out what it would be and then go back and find which answer it matches. So on 3, it says sine of 22.5 equals 12 over z. Okay, how did we solve these last week? What did we do to solve this for z?
Switch places.
Right, those two switch places. So it became z equals 12 divided by sine of 22.5, which is option C. I blame Mrs. Plummer for that. She sometimes just plays it.
Well, you have to do 5. Oh, wait.
Oh yeah, no, we're skipping 5. And 16. And 6. Actually, I told the other class if they want to try 16. There's another formula for area if you know side, 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 but it's pretty complicated. So if you want to do 16 for bonus, you can, but you'd have to go figure out the formula for side, side, side. Yeah, it's kind of a lot. I think just this one formula is probably enough. Yeah. Number 7. All right, so we're using that pentagon they drew on 7. Okay, did I draw big enough? Let's get bigger. No. Almost used one of my curse words.
Whoa. And we have little ears in the room.
Don't want to. Have you guys ever seen Looney Tunes cartoons where with Yosemite Sam?
Yeah.
Sometimes I curse like him. He says like rackin', frackin', smackin', rackin'.
Whoa!
Oh my
Mr. Jordan?
He's also into gun violence. So
no, we weren't worried about that. Just the
Yeah,
just the rackin',
Who
frackin'.
cares? Didn't he like smoke? You know what just came up to my mind? Well, I think I practiced that.
He has 2 guns. He got a red beard and a like cowboy
Right, but
hat,
I always water and science to practice them.
and he's really short.
Yeah, we weren't prepared for it at all.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you made a joke in science.
Okay, number 1 says find angle CPD. We actually did this a long time ago. I don't know if you guys remember how we did it. How would we find angle CPD?
30, 60, 90?
No,
Angle CPD.
that would be this one right here.
Oh, you take the number of sections divided by 360.
Yeah, you said it backwards. So,
That's what she was saying. Yeah.
what would all these angles add up to together?
360.
360. It makes a full rotation. So how would I find just one of these central angles?
Divide 360.
360 divided by 5, which is 72. And that is the answer to 7A, 72 degrees. Okay, and then, do you guys remember this? If I drew the apothem in there, how do I find angle CPM? Like this one?
Half
Right, it'd be cut in 2, so it'd be 72 divided by 2, which is 36 degrees. Big degrees. Okay. Okay, and then, so this is 36. And then the C question is what's angle PCM? Or maybe they said MCP or something. But how would I find that angle right there?
You do 36.
Well, this one's 90, right?
36 plus 90 equals to 180 minus.
You guys remember the quick trick we learned from last week?
Oh, 90 minus
90 minus 36.
Is
54.
54.
Thank you, Emily.
You should have said the wrong answer. That would have been funny. Oh, it wasn't.
You should have said 52.
Mr. Jordan's nicer than you are.
No, I wouldn't do that if it crossed my mind. Oh.
I was trying to. It was really banking on you. I was trying to put other people in high.
Incorrect. All right.
But you're not one of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you gonna do 8 with us?
Yeah, but I'm not going to do 10, 11, 12, so.
Why?
Because you can't do 9 without doing 8,
10,
so.
11, and 12? That's a lot. Why
Well,
can't
you're
we
already
do-
going to do 10 and 12, so.
Well, like, why aren't we doing the 11 now?
Okay, because you can't do 9 without 7 and 8, so.
You can do one extra, it'll be okay.
No,
Yeah, I think we'll be alright.
it won't be okay, no. Plus, you can't do 11 without doing 10, so anyway, they just kind of all go together. MC is the first question. So I didn't write this down, but up here in the right corner they put 6 inches. So, and we know it's a regular pentagon, so how long is MC going to be? 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's 3 inches.
Oh, I see.
All right, then the next question, oh, that's the A, by the way, 3 inches. Okay, the next question is, what is PM? So how are we gonna do, oh, wait, okay, let me write this one in here. PM is right there.
The angle, so the opposite over adjacent.
Okay, this is where we need trig, yeah. Relative to this angle, you could use 36 if you wanted to, but relative to the 54-degree angle, this is the opposite that we're looking for, and the adjacent we know. So that would be
Tangent.
opposite and adjacent tangent of 54 equals opposite over adjacent. And then what did we plug in our calculator?
It's like it starts with an S, doesn't it?
No, we plugged in
Oh, I was thinking of something else. Hold on, I can do it.
tangent inverse. That's for
Yeah.
finding the angle.
Wait,
It's not tangent
you do
inverse.
54 times
Tangent of 54
times 3.
times 3.
Oh, it's gonna be 0.32.
Times 3.
I don't know.
Oh, wait.
Tangent of 54 times 3.
That's what I did.
4.
Oh, it's 4.12914576.
Good job.
I think they just,
Thank you.
okay, I think they just put 4.9. However, the problem is if you're not accurate to a few decimal places, then when we use these numbers later, it'll be wrong, so.
Oh, it's 4.1129.
Oh, 1.9, okay. Yeah, actually that sounds better. All right,
Is that 0.3?
That's
no, it's times 3. All right,
Mr. Jordan.
so the third question is find PC. Or no, it said find PD, didn't it? But it doesn't really matter because these are both the same thing. They're radii in the same regular pentagon. So these will be the same length, so it doesn't really matter. So relative to this angle, I'm looking for the what? And I have the,
Adjacent.
which trig function does adjacent hypotenuse?
Cost.
Cosine. So it's,
Cost. COS. Cost.
so it's cosine of 54 equals adjacent over hypotenuse. And how did we do this when the y was on the bottom?
Switch 54 Y.
Switch thirds.
So it's y equals 3 divided by cosine of 54.
Wait, I know how to do it.
Okay, we'll go to 3 decimals again.
When is
Wait, I didn't get that.
when is pajama day?
For real.
What? There is pajama?
Yeah. Before the New Year.
Imagine we lined it.
Why do you grab the worst calculator,
Because
Jaden?
they always take the nice ones.
Oh,
There's nicer
Nobody
ones.
takes anyone.
There's nicer ones than that in there.
They always take the good ones. Who takes calculators in this class?
Timmy
Timmy?
and...
That's it.
Oops.
And
Why did calculator disappear? I don't know.
Jaden, maybe if you bought the right calculator at the start of the year.
It's because I forget to put new batteries in my calculator.
Gotcha. Okay, number 9, all it says is find the area of the pentagon. Just one question. Okay, so what we're gonna do is find the area of one of these triangles using our area formula.
1/2
And do that.
AB sine of C.
No. Oh yeah, sorry, I thought you said 1/2 AP. It's
No.
1/2 AB sine of C, yes.
Let's go.
Okay, that will give us one triangle, and then we're gonna do that times
5.
5,
Let's
because
go.
it's a pentagon. Okay, now what can we use for our A and B? So we have to use our answers on 8. Well, we just found out that y was like 5.104. So one option is we could use 5.104, 5.104, and 72 degrees for the angle. You guys see where I'm getting that from? We could use 5.104, 5.104, and 72 is the angle between them for the formula.
Where would you put in the angle?
Right there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay, or, this one's a little bit easier, so I'm gonna use this. We could use 6, 5.104, and 54 degrees. Okay, anyways. I'm gonna do that one because 6 is a little bit easier. And a little more accurate. 5.104 is rounded off. So I'm gonna do 1/2, I'm using the formula, times A times 6, times B, 5.104, times sine of 54 degrees. So 1/2 times side times side times sine of the angle in between.
You said side, 1/2 times side times side.
1/2 times side times side times sine
And then
of the angle in between.
12.3.
No, well, yeah.
12.3876682.
But that's not the answer.
That I asked.
Okay, so why is this not the answer?
You
Times
gotta
by
times
5.
by 5.
Yeah, because there's 5 triangles. Just hit times 5 on your calculator.
61.938.
Okay, they just put 61.9
I'm putting
inches
38.
squared. Since that's our final answer, it doesn't really matter if we round it off or not. Alright, so numbers 10 through 12 is kind of a repeat of that, but on their picture, that's an, what is that shape called, the stop sign thing?
Octagon.
Octagon. So you're gonna have to do like times 8 for the, and you're also gonna have to find that central angle, angle WXY. You're gonna have to do 360 divided by 8. Okay, so now we're jumping to 13. They probably should have started with this one because it's a little bit basic. So how do we find the area of the triangle on 13? 1/2 times 18 times 20 times sine of 38. Pretty straightforward. And they're telling us to round to the 10th place, I guess.
Does it matter if the 18 or 20 is first? It doesn't matter.
It's
No, order of multiplication doesn't.
110.
Sorry. Stole your glory.
She was locked in.
I was trying really
She's
hard on
not-
that one.
I think Timmy said it, so I wrote it down.
No, he didn't.
course, you would know.
Timmy wouldn't do one like that. He already has like 5 times a day, so.
Alright, so this one is a bit of a trick question because okay, I only know one side and kind of one angle. So how could I do this one?
Can't solve it.
They're all 40. All sides are 40.
Okay, why is an equilateral triangle?
Because,
Okay, what would this angle have to be right here?
60.
60, because that's 39 here.
There's my 30, 60.
60. So this is 60 and this is 60. So therefore, it's an equilateral triangle and all of these are 40s.
Right.
So we can do 1/2 times 40 times 40, or you can do 40 squared times sine of 60.
Don't, let me do it.
The answer is
6, 9,
I actually kinda-
2.
No way Timmy's saying it. That's not nice.
Point 8.
It's, oh.
2-0.
They were actually right.
I thought they were making it up.
Yeah, I did.
What was it? 690 what?
692.820.
Let me tell you a funny joke.
Bro, this calculator actually got it right.
Is this feet or it will always get it right. You just have to plug it in carefully. Oh, you got a better calculator. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I gotta do it.
That was funny. Even you're that was really. I'm laughing because no one else heard it. So it's not embarrassing. It's not a nice thing.
Okay.
Really nice of you. You'll say it later. I'm not down. Yeah.
16 we'll call bonus. 17, I think they wanted you to do it like 16, but there is a way we can do it without the other formula.
Perfect.
And the reason is, what kind of triangle is this? Obtuse what? No,
I saw that.
isosceles.
Got it.
If it's an isosceles,
No.
if it's an isosceles triangle, I can draw a height in there right like that, and
Yeah.
it creates two congruent triangles.
You did 45.
No, nothing so deep. And if this whole thing is 16,
8.
then this part is 8, and I can find the height of the triangle, if I call this the height, by doing 8 squared plus x squared equals 12 squared.
My brain is like so taken out right now.
A squared is 64 plus x squared plus 144. No calculator.
Oh, I feel like I screwed up another class. Did I copy this right? Okay, I think I did something wrong in the other class when I did this one. So that means this is 4 squared of 5. Okay, so how could I find the area of this triangle? Well, we can just use the old area formula. You remember the basic triangle area?
Base or 1/2 of base times height.
1/2 base times height. So if I use 16 as the base, then 4 squared of 5 is the height. So it's 1/2 times 16 times 4 squared of 5. Now, on this chapter, pretty much the whole time, our final answers, they want decimals. So make sure you hit the decimal button.
Decimal really
It's 32 square root of 5, which is 71.5544.
Okay, they probably put 71.6. I'm guessing.
He said no.
71.6, yes, inches squared.
See, it was right.
Alright, now I'm going to help you with 18 because I did a class. It looks more complicated than it is, but how about I give you guys like a minute head start, see if you can set up 18. Read 18 and see if you can set it up correctly.
Do you think I can read?
Yes, I do.
I'll read it to you.
Baxter, read 18, see if you can set it up. got a lot of extra information you don't need. Like you guys might not know what concentric means. It just means it's kind of like a bullseye. You know how circles get larger and larger around a bullseye, but they still have the same center. That's what they're saying the Pentagon is. It's like office buildings that surround the center, and they get wider and wider going around. But basically, they're saying the courtyard is a pentagon, and each side of the pentagon of the courtyard is 360 feet.
See, that's what I drew on my paper.
I did too.
Okay,
Well, you pictured it.
and the question is, what's the area of that courtyard in acres? Okay, so we're just going to start by finding the answer in feet. All right, here we go. So what is this central angle right here?
72.
72. How did she know that? She was remembering number 7. Okay, that's 72 degrees, which we got that on number 7 by doing 360 divided by 5, because there's 5 triangles that you could split the pentagon into. Okay, and then when you split it with the apothem, that makes like 36 and 54. Basically, we're just copying number 7. Okay, this whole thing is 360, the whole side. Therefore, what is this right here?
180.
180. Okay, so remember we kind of found the hypotenuse last time, like right there. So how could we do that?
54. The angle of 54.
This is the
adjacent
and
hypotenuse.
adjacent hypotenuse is
Cosine.
Cosine.
Cosine 54.
equals adjacent.
Wait, how'd you get 54 again?
It's the angle between them.
I know, but how'd you get that?
72 divided by 2 is 36.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 90.
Oh, 90 minus 36.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, 180 divided over x. So adjacent over hypotenuse. And what do we do if x is on the bottom? Switch those. So x equals 180 divided by cosine 54. Which is
306 0.23491.
let's just go 0.234.
Okay.
All right. So we have of this one of these 5 triangles, we have a side, and an angle, which is what we need for our formula, right?
Right.
So remember the formula is 1/2 times side, which I'll do 360 times that messy side, 306.234. Then what?
Minus 54
Sine of 54. Then what?
equals.
Well,
Well, then times
Or
5.
times 5. Yeah, let's just all do it at once. So yes, if you do it like that, make sure you close your parentheses there. And yeah,
Hold on.
let Emily cook.
Yep, let me cook.
There's a lot of buttons to push. You don't really need all of those parentheses. You could just hit times between them. It just is easier to read with the parentheses.
It is a systematic error. Wait, I don't get
Some calculators don't like it if you don't put a dot right, a time symbol right there.
it. Okay, hold on. Give me two.
I got it.
I got it. 262291.
It should be 222 something. I remember.
I
that.
got 2229773.
My calculator's froze.
Okay. Anyways, that's how many square feet it is. But the question is, how many acres is it? How many acres is it? So if you read on the problem, it says 1 acre is 43,560 square feet. So how do we turn this many feet into acres?
You have to divide it.
Right. It takes 43,000 whatever to make 1 acre. So we need to figure out how many 43,000s would go into this, so it's divided by 43,560.
Oh my gosh. Kill me. Oh, you did.
So if this is the last number on your calculator, all you have to do is hit divide by 43,560.
Hold on.
What is? See, no.
It is 5.1.
Okay, we'll stop there. So 5.1 acres. No, you're not. You gotta do 10 through 12 at least. Probably 14.
There's literally like 6 minutes.
There's literally 8.5 minutes left.